This is another episode of the Flight Ringers podcast. I'm David King. That's Dan Spottswood.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
We are professional cartoonists, and we are Legion of Superheroes experts. You know, I wonder if there are people who still think, like, if I send a text message and then I'm like, oh shit, and then delete it from my text message history, that it's gone. Like, do they think that really works or something, you know?
I don't know.
I have no idea. But yeah, like, if you send it, it could be public really easily. You know what I mean?
Right.
Man,
Power Boy.
Hate this fucking
Power
world.
Boy.
Power Boy? That's Jed Rickane.
I know, but they're talking about Power Boy in the letters.
Perennial. Oh yeah, his first appearance was in one of these, wasn't it? Oh no, it wasn't. We just read his first appearance. It was much later.
On page 15, panel 3, at the far left is a memorial to a certain Power Boy.
Oh yeah, in 354. In the Adult Legion story, there's a Power Boy.
Oh. Yeah, that probably is supposed to be the same guy, right?
Probably.
He's like one of those characters they brought in to...
Oh, yeah, to fill up the gaps for Levitz. Yeah, Levitz definitely did this.
He got killed in 5 years later, didn't he?
I don't think he even showed up that I recall, but maybe. I mean, they did have a big war and they blew up a bunch of stuff.
I think maybe him and Comet Queen got blown up, but...
Comet Queen got blown up?
Maybe. Is that the one he's always with?
Well, she's also in the Legion Academy. We'll have to do a Power Boy Death Watch. Or Deadpool. Deathpool? What's the thing? Remember the Clint Eastwood movie? It's called Deadpool.
The Deadpool. That's right.
It's like where people are betting on which celebrity will be murdered next, I think is sort of like what that is referring to, I think.
Liam Neeson's the bad guy.
Is he? Jim Carrey is one of the celebrities who's going to be killed in the Deadpool.
And he's singing Axl Rose.
Yeah.
That was like the first, like, I think that's their first big national exposure. Like, I think that was before their first single. Welcome to the Jungle is the song he's lip syncing to, and that's in the trailers for the Deadpool.
Wow.
I remember seeing that on TV all the time. It might have helped boost their career. Like, what's this Welcome to the Jungle song?
I'm a 70-year-old Clint Eastwood fan, but I'm going to check out the soundtrack.
Do you think he's going to make another one?
I wish he would.
Yeah.
Another Dirty Harry?
He's got to be pushing 90 or something.
Yeah, but didn't he have a movie come out like a year ago?
Juror number 2.
I think he keeps working.
That he directed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cry Macho.
Cry Macho, he acts in that. Yeah, that wasn't even that long ago.
2021. Richard Jewell. Oh, it's got DiCaprio in it. Jonah Hill. I don't know if his are his movies still considered good. I know he's been kind of a joke since he was sitting at a chair at the Republican National Convention.
I think his movies are supposed to still kind of be competent, but I don't know. Like, his movies have been good, I guess, in ways.
Did he do... I didn't even know this. He did like a Frankie Valli biopic?
I don't remember that.
Jersey Boys.
Wait, that's the Jukebox musical thing, isn't it?
Yes.
He directed the musical?
Well, I think it's like a movie version of the musical.
Yeah, but it's like they stop every 5 minutes and sing another Frankie Valli song, right? I would assume it's an adaptation of the Broadway show.
It's a 2014 American musical drama film directed by Clint Eastwood based on the Tony Award-winning Jukebox musical.
Crazy. But yeah, it sounds like he does a movie every 2 years or something. Directs it or acts and directs it. Did he direct the Cry Macho movie?
I think so. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
93. There's no way he's directing this shit.
I mean, I hope he is.
Should we try to do one of these? What do you think?
Yeah, we should try.
We could do it.
This is the Legion Outpost of Adventure Comics 378. This is like all bits of Legionnaire business almost. It's written in paragraph form instead of a letter form.
Right.
I guess. It makes me think that maybe he just scraped up a bunch of letters off the floor and just started answering them randomly.
Yeah, it's really dense.
It begins with speculation about their fan speculation about the King of the Legion, which is it's a two-parter. First half is Wanderers. second half is the Legion has to send their most powerful member to fight in the tourney.
We covered that, right?
We did those, yeah. The first issue was with the Wanderers. And then
That's where they meet up and shake hands.
Yeah, but then they also have to track down the Wanderers because they've turned bad or something.
Mm-hmm.
But then the next issue, Bouncing Boy, is the king of the Legion. But it's not really Bouncing Boy. Everybody knows it's a fake Bouncing Boy, because how could Bouncing Boy be the king of the Legion? And so everybody's like, it's either Prody or it's Chameleon Boy. Baffling mystery for all the Legion fans out there.
Not a single fan has come up with the right answer, according to E. Nelson Birdwell.
Yeah, but it was actually Chameleon Boy, I think, was the king of the Legion. Oh, and then they were like, how can Superboy rip the S off of his indestructible costume? Because this is the one where the king of the Legion forces all the other teammates to tear off their insignias in deference to me, the king of the Legion. And even the cover shows the girls tearing their shirts off and the boys tearing their insignias off. And so how can Superboy tear off his insignia when he has an indestructible costume? Quick, what's the right answer to this question? How does he do it, Dan?
He has kryptonite fingernails.
No, wrong.
It's indestructible. It's indestructible, and his tights are indestructible, but the thread holding it on is not.
Oh, that's a good idea. Like this Ma Kent thread.
Mm-hmm.
They say that Superboy knew the Legion would honor the winner of the contest, so he wore a non-super costume just on the off chance that the King of the Legion would force everyone to rip their costumes off. I do that every time there's a contest, and I think I might be the loser. I wear a different outfit.
Yeah.
In case I'm tasked with destroying the clothes I'm wearing.
Rip your David King symbol off. You don't deserve to wear that anymore. Well, we know you have those robes with your initials on the side.
Most of my clothes say King on them. Now they're getting into this shit about the adult Legion story from Adventure 354. Usually all the Legion comics are set in the days of 1,000 years hence from the days of Superboy and Smallville. And then this Adventure Comics 354 is set 1,000 years hence of the days of Superman and Metropolis. And it tells a little bit of a story of what the future of the Legion of Superheroes will be.
I want to criticize that story in one tiny way.
How dare you?
I love that story, but they always do this thing where when Superman interacts with the Legion, it's always the adult ones and vice versa. They should have just had Superboy accidentally go a little too far into the future. And like, whoa, they're all grown-ups now. Let's see what this is like.
Why? Why should they have done that?
Well, it's a Superboy comic. Superboy's the protagonist. I don't know. He'd be the guy shocked that they're all adults, maybe. Then he comes back with certain knowledge, too.
What if he went a little bit too far into the future and encountered not only the old versions of the Legion of Superheroes, but Superman was there too, hanging out with them. And he just has to sit on the sidelines. That would be kind of a natural of these kind of comics where Superman is always like, I'm busy with my team, the Legion of Superheroes. And Superboy is like, come on, dude. And he's like, no, you're too weak and too young. And something like that.
I'm sure I've complained about this before, but I've looked and looked and looked and looked. And out of all those decades and decades and decades of pre-crisis history with Superboy, there's not one legit meetup between those two characters. Like every single time it turns out like it's a dream or one of them is a robot. I can't think of it. Maybe right before Crisis happened.
Well, do they even get as close as like, I thought I was hanging out with Superman, but it was a robot? I guess there's ones where it's like the guy shows up and claims to be. Well, no, he claims to be. There's one where it's an evil alien shows up and claims. He doesn't claim that he's Superman from the future, does he? He claims that he's just another Kryptonian who's Superboy's brother or something, right? But
I don't know.
But like
I don't know about that one. But there have been like half a dozen or so times where it'll even be on the cover, like Superboy versus Superman, or they meet. But it always turns out to either be like an imaginary story, a dream, an imposter, etc.
I wonder why that is. I wonder why they didn't take the plunge. Like if you do it in the imaginary
concept.
If you do it in the imaginary stories, it's equally as confusing as if it's a not imaginary story for the little kids, right? Yeah, and some twisted up mess like the Adult Legion comic two-parter would have been the perfect place to give that a try, right?
They're like avoiding paradoxes. Can you think of any time in Silver Age like DC Comics where like someone talks to an old man or child version of themselves?
There has to be.
Maybe it's like some sort of weird like religious thing, like you can't have the same soul there twice or something.
Yeah, like they take it for granted if the same person exists in the same place, the universe will implode or something.
Maybe.
But there has to be some kind of shit where like Rip Hunter meets old Rip Hunter in the future or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I would think.
It's really weird that they're so stuck on. Like if it's a future Legion comic, it's got to be Superman in that one.
Right.
I guess I agree with you.
That continuing strange like flattening of how time travel works. Maybe they just do it to simplify it for kids, maybe. But it's always like the future is just another city, another town.
Yeah.
You got like, Metropolis, Gotham City, and then you've got the 30th century. So if I forgot to travel into the future yesterday on Lightning Lad's birthday, I've just missed it. If I travel there now, it was still a day ago. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've even read comics where Superboy is late getting to the future, right?
Right.
Bizarre. Like that's more bizarre than Superboy flying an extra 30 years ahead into the future and running into fucking Superman there, and saying hi.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you. They had like a golden opportunity to do something a little bit different. And these are comics where they do different things all the time, but yeah, they should have done that. But the question about it in this letters page is about Quantum Queen. She's one of the Wanderers from issue 3, Adventure 375. And the Quantum Queen showed up as a fallen Legionnaire. Can I explain this? Her memorial statue is in the Hall of Heroes in the future of the Legion, the adult Legion of Superheroes is Hall of Heroes. So, like the Quantum Queen, supposedly, who is a member of the Wanderers in Adventure 375, sometime in the future, joins the Legion of Superheroes team. She gets killed, and they erect a monument to her heroism. And we see that in issue 354 20 months ago. 20 issues ago. I don't know how many months.
Right. So she, like Chemical King and Reflecto and Shadow Woman / Lass, she's one of these characters that first appeared dead.
Yeah. Was Chemical King one of them?
I think it even said died preventing World War III.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and so I guess people are asking, is that the same Quantum Queen, right?
Right. That's a silly question.
Oh, yeah, they do. They call out, first Shadow Lass, then Chemical King, now Quantum Queen. Of those 4 dead teammates, we in the days since issue 354, we've introduced 3 of those 4. Reflecto will be introduced soon.
You have that one, don't you?
I think I have that one.
I think you do too.
Yeah, I have the one after it, I know. Like the yellow one?
Yeah.
I have a copy of it, but I paid $3.99 for it. It looks like this cover is probably hanging on by a thread.
Perfect for a podcast or a video cast.
Yeah.
Don't have to crack it from the slab.
I think that would probably get more views if we cracked open a slab.
Right.
I want to do that and would like hit it with a hammer real hard. Most of these guys, they use a screwdriver and they take it apart like normal, but I'd be like, nah, fuck this. That'd be the way to do it.
Yeah. Paul Williams.
How do you say that town? Catawba, Georgia.
Didn't he go on to be a great songwriter?
Architect? Oh. Yeah, there's Paul Williams, the songwriter. There's also Paul Williams, the famous Los Angeles architect.
Oh, I thought they were the same guy.
Well, maybe they are. Like he retired from architecting to become...
Well, he designed buildings and wrote songs. As he
Oh, yeah, simultaneously.
The Rainbow Connection. Is that him?
Yeah, he wrote all those songs in Ishtar, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, except for like Little Darling. I don't know if he wrote that.
Right. But he wrote, telling the truth can be dangerous business. That one. I just watched that. That's on Criterion. I watched it the other day.
Uh-huh.
And there's
pretty good.
There's a part towards the end where they're like, they're lost in the desert and it's hopeless. And they come up with a song. It's a good song. Like, that's a good song. That, like, the others are kind of dorky and like they don't, like the last one, their desperation song. It's actually good.
I'll have to revisit it.
Yeah. There's not enough Charles Grodin in it for my taste, but good movie. This guy, Paul Williams, he wants them to have annual Legion elections where the leader is elected by the readers, write-in leader elections. And they agree. You have 1 month to send in your ballots. And then they list all the Legionnaires you could vote for, potentially. The team member who gets the second most number of votes will become the deputy leader.
So Cosmic Boy, Saturn Girl, Brainiac 5, Invisible Kid, and Ultra Boy have all had the post. So I guess they cannot win again. You only get to do one term, at least for now.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
The eligible members are Bouncing Boy, Chameleon Boy, Chemical King, Colossal Boy, Dream Girl, Duo Damsel, Element Lad, Karate Kid, Light Lass, Lightning Lad, Matter Eater Lad, Mon-El, Phantom Girl, Princess Projectra, Shadow Lass, Shrinking Violet. God, there's a lot of these guys. Star Boy, Sun Boy, Superboy, Supergirl, and Timberwolf. How many of these guys got to be leader? Dream Girl, for sure. Element Lad, Lightning Lad. I think, wasn't Mon-El a leader for a little while? Princess Projectra was leader, at least as Censor Girl. Shrinking Violet becomes leader in 5 years later on.
Really? I didn't know they had leaders.
Yeah, well, Cosmic Boy's the leader at first. It's kind of him and Chameleon Boy. They're sort of deputy leaders, I guess. Or not deputy.
Co-leaders.
Co-leaders. But Chameleon Boy ends up going off to be like the Marla of the Legionnaires. They're kind of fighting over who's in charge, and somehow, like, she ends up in charge because he makes some bad decisions or something, and she ends up the leader.
Probably because he doesn't have the powers. He screws up because he doesn't have any powers, and then she swoops in and is like, "That's why I made you lose your powers, so I could be the leader of the team."
Did I miss anybody? Did anybody else here end up leading that you remember? I feel like Superboy was a leader for a second, but I might be wrong about that. I think Karate Kid was maybe deputy leader at some point.
That sounds about right. Like in a Win Mortimer kind of issue, he might have been deputy.
Right. Like you only find out because he's about his term's almost up. It's like on the last page, I think, of that one where the dudes were like Saturn Boy and Prince Projector. And then they're swearing in new leaders in the final panel.
Oh, I think. Yeah, that sounds right. Well, I think maybe in the one with the taxes one.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the guys in the brown costume is the leader. Invisible Kid, Timberwolf, or Karate Kid, I think, is the leader in that one.
Okay.
Sunboy is a leader in between the series, the pre 5 years later.
Do they ever state it's once a year within the story? Of course, it's a little silly. I mean, once a year is probably a month to them.
Yeah, I don't think they ever really talk about it in the comics because it just doesn't happen. Like, I think Levitz sort of reliably had a leader election, but then also at a certain point, like, they go 3 years without one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think just sometimes, like, within the context, within the world of the Legionnaires, sometimes they have a different leader and they have a story about it.
Did they basically abandon that post 0 hour? Because it always seems like Cosmic Boy is just always in charge.
I have no memory of how they chose their leader.
In a weird way, that's one of the lasting effects of 5 years later. Like, that seems to cement him as...
Just Cosmic Boy's the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that he deserves to be the boss all the time.
Right. No, I like the rotating situation, especially when people suck at it. Okay, Great Darkness Saga. Who's in charge then? Is Element Lad still is he leader by then?
I don't know.
I think of him as being leader during like the backs, like he's the leader, and then did Dream Girl replace him?
I think Dream Girl might have been the leader for a little bit.
I'm pretty sure she was.
Yeah, like Element Lad, Dream Girl, and then Projector or Sensor Girl or something.
No, Polar Boy.
Oh yeah, Polar Boy.
Polar Boy, and then Projector was the leader at the very end.
Right. We just need a list. We need to know this. Need the list.
It's got to be in that
to
book.
memorize
It's
it.
in that book. It's got to be.
Which, like the $29.95 source book.
It's in the timeline at least, but
yeah,
I think each one is sort of at the bottom. It mentions if there are elections, and
I just don't know.
Yep.
Where are we at? They say, yeah, that was the Quantum Queen. And they mention Power Boy. Power Boy perished before he reached manhood. It would seem imperative that you introduce him in the Teen Legion. He's another hero from the Adult Legion story.
Right.
This one never comes to pass. They have a Power Boy, but he's in the Legion Academy for about 30 years.
Keeps flunking.
And he is a man. He is not a teen. Jed Ricane.
Wait a minute. What makes you think he's a man?
His body.
He's an alien, right?
His body. It looks like the body of an adult bodybuilder
maybe he's
man.
like a 12-year-old.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, during his tenure as a Legion Academy recruit, those 30 years, he starts when he's 13 and he gets out when he's 43.
Right.
Something like that.
I thought maybe he was a Legionnaire during the Gap, but I think he might have died during 5 years later, like defending like the academy or something. Like maybe he'd become a teacher there or something.
All right, we'll keep an eye out for him.
Maybe he was just still hadn't graduated.
Yeah.
That's why he was there.
In the New 52 ones, he's still in the academy. And I think he finally makes the decision just to quit the academy. Plus, he's involved with another guy who's in the academy named Gravity Lad or something like that.
Okay.
I remember his costume is this kind of weird looking.
Gravity Lad.
So
he's like Starboy or Light Lass?
Like his costume is this kind of like gradient dot screen, and he has a weird, it looks like I don't know what you call that hairstyle, like when you shave your hair totally, so it just looks like a shape of stubble on your skull. You know, what do you call that? And like you have to clean up the edges real tight with a razor, but there's no length to your hair, you know. That's what his hair looks like, and it's like straight across on his forehead.
Like an army haircut?
No, more than that.
Shorter than that.
Yeah. It's almost like if you were to like draw a stencil and spray paint your hair on. That's what his head looked like. This Gravity Kid guy.
Do people in the real world have their hair like this?
Sometimes I see.
Or is this a comic book thing?
I see. Like you have to have real dark hair, I think.
Is this like black guys sometimes they cut their hair really short, and like, is this something that you would probably not see on me? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that you or I could do it.
Okay.
Like you probably would have to have thicker or coarser hair. Like
yeah.
I have fine, it's like a baby's hair.
Yeah. Right. So does he have patterns?
It looks like dot screen. I think they use dot screen or some kind of like
for the on the sides.
Yeah, but it's part of his costume looks the same as his hair does. So it's almost like you don't know if it's some kind of strange like Tron helmet or tights or if it's his hair. It's an interesting design on this guy for sure. I don't know if it's dot screen or if it's just like the gradient tool in Photoshop or something to color him.
Does he have a cape?
Nope. Anyway, he's Power Boy's romantic partner,
right,
in the in New 52 period. And even then, I think Power Boy gets the shaft. I think Gravity Lad is a more developed character than Power Boy.
It gives him the shaft. Sorry.
I was trying to say that Power Boy got the shaft because after all those years of being a Legion character, he still didn't get jack shit for screen time or character development. But this new guy, Gravity Kid, he gets a storyline all to himself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's not much you can do with Jed.
Poor Jed. But he started off strong, right? Like, I think didn't we read his first appearance? It was like a Jim Sherman issue or something. Yeah, it's that one where Dawnstar. It's a flashback to Dawnstar being at the academy.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first appearance of Jed Ricane. And you're like, oh, this guy's kind of cool. He's purple. He's super strong. And then really it never amounts to anything except for just like the purple guy who's always in the Legion Academy group photo, you know?
Yeah. He's persistent, though. He keeps trying. He keeps repeating the same grade.
He's plugging away. He's just not satisfied with the B+, you know?
Right. So in the 30th century, apparently, Metropolis is the capital of Earth. Did you know that?
Oh, they state that as a fact, huh?
Mm-hmm. So this Brainiac asks, what happened to Washington, D.C.? Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States, not the Earth.
Right.
What grade are you in? Probably fourth.
Yeah, he's definitely a fourth grader. I mean, by then, like in Star Trek, the capital of Earth is San Francisco. Or is that the capital of the United States in Star Trek? Or is that just where they have Federation headquarters?
Maybe the latter.
It seems like in Star Trek, all the important political shit has shifted to the west coast of the United States, where it really ought to be. It's a better part of the country.
I beg to differ. I mean, it's unrealistic to think there will be a west coast by the time we read Star Trek time. I mean, there'll be a west coast, but it'll be like Kansas.
I like to think that maybe in the future, Washington, D.C. has been decimated by aliens or something.
I think it's been shunted off into another dimension, and it can only reappear every 1,000 years.
Oh, yeah. All the politicians, all the lobbyists, all the special interests.
They were banished. They were banished by mankind.
Actually, in the earlier part of that paragraph, somebody says, you should have some members quit the Legion. And I don't mean just one or two. Like when you had Starboy expelled and brought back after a few months. I kind of like that idea. Like, I mean, they sort of do that eventually. This guy wants a bunch of people to quit and only come back. He says you should have some quit and not just come back right away like when you did in that one where you kicked out Starboy. I'm talking about like when Karate Kid and Princess Projector get married and leave forever. Then after a while, something would happen to bring them back. So I think he wants people to quit for a little bit longer of a duration than when Starboy got expelled.
We do kind of get that, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Bouncing Boy and Duo Damsel.
I do have a
Saturn Girl.
Feel that in a group with this many people, there should be more people just like, fuck it, I'm quitting. I'm sick of you. Or I can't be in the Legion anymore because I got violin lessons on Thursday night. Can't keep doing this. You know, like more of that should be happening.
It is weird how they sort of got locked in with the same 24 characters at some point, and they stopped. Like they'll make a half-assed effort to introduce 5 or 6 new guys, but none of them really take.
Yeah, they're never like they always seem like pretenders or something. Like all your Quizlets and Telluses and Invisible Kid too.
I think by the time we get to 5 years later, where they're kind of keeping the membership smaller to under a dozen at least, I think you have people rotating in and out. I mean, they're previous members, but
they're kind of half new and half old, I think, at that time, right?
Right. There are a bunch of new ones, but of the old ones, sometimes some of those old guys would go and other old guys would come in their place.
Yeah. We need a different old guy. Beat it, Ultra Boy. Oh, here's this crazy one. Christine Casello of Chicago, Illinois, a 22-year-old working girl, has a startling suggestion. Get rid of the Legion. Break it up into smaller groups like the Teen Titans and give each group a magazine. Huh, that's not a bad idea. Like there's Adventure Comics A, Adventure Comics B. A has whatever, Mon-El, Brainiac 5, Superboy, Ultra Boy, and B has Bouncing Boy, Duo Damsel, Matter Eater Lad, Prody.
Right, like the X-Men did that for a while in the 90s, and maybe the 0 Hour Legion did that for a while, or tried to do that.
Maybe they tried to do that with the two titles, Legion of Superheroes and Legionnaires or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder how many titles this person is suggesting. Give each small group its own magazine. Like there's, let's say for the mathematics sake, there's 24 Legionnaires.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We could have 8 magazines with a squad of 3 Legionnaires starring in it.
3 each?
That's right, 3.
Would suck ass.
A little team. 3, team of 3. All right, we'll double it.
What kind of team has 3 members?
Now I got a squad of 6, and there's 4 new magazines. Adventure Comics A, B, C, and D. That wouldn't be too bad, huh? Because a lot of it, like in the Action Comics era, there's not too many in those titles, and they're just fine. They're great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with
That's about
Christine Casello.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of doing that anyway, just under one book. Because like you said, they only show 6 of them off in time.
Yeah, I want every month. I want to see all 24 of them in action. Only over the course of 4 comic books that I have to buy for I don't know how many cents, 13 cents a piece.
Somebody will grab up. Someone will call that. I get Superboy, Mon-El, Ultra Boy. That's pretty much it, right? Oh, Brainiac 5.
Yeah, like you could have the one comic where they're just smashing planets, and the other comic where they're staying off drugs and dating and stuff. You know, like that's good.
Uh-huh.
I'm into that.
Richard Houghton.
It's talking about Ron Vidar.
Mm-hmm.
Why shouldn't Ron Vidar also be immune to hypnotic?
Well, he is immune, right?
Yeah, he is. Oh, he thinks Ron Vidar should have a hypnotic power.
Right.
I guess Universo has that. I kind of forgot what his powers were.
He inherited his dad's immunity to hypnosis, so he should also have the power, is what this guy says. Which maybe he does. Maybe he used it on Laurel Gand.
Oh, wow. He didn't have to use some kind of blackmail. He just like, you're going to have my baby.
I don't know what's going on with those ears. Those Spock ears. Why doesn't Ron Vidar have those?
Oh, it's because Universo got his head caught in a threshing machine.
Oh. I thought maybe Vidar got an ear job.
He might have got an ear job when he lived in Germany, when he got his lederhosen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a good science one, huh? If Chlorophyll Kid can make plants grow super fast, why don't the bacteria in the air grow when he uses his power? Because bacteria are plants.
That's bullshit. Right?
Well, they're bacteria. I don't know what kingdom they're in exactly.
Bacteria have their own. There's like I don't remember how many kingdoms there are. Maybe like 7 or something, but 3 of them are bacteria kingdoms.
I believe it's the 5 kingdom system.
Oh.
What, there's animals, and there's fish.
Animals, plants, fungus.
Pizza.
Yeah. And then there's like 2 or 3 separate kingdoms for the bacteria. They're like different kinds. I think maybe there's like distinct plant bacteria, perhaps, but I don't think plants are bacteria. That's bullshit. What is this guy in 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade?
I think this is like 7th or 8th grade biology, but he's off. You think? I'm not going to have a dog in this race.
You think plants are bacteria? You think plants and bacteria are one?
I think bacteria are plants. Plants may not be bacteria.
You son of.
You think fungus
bastard.
is plants?
No. Fungus, they have their own kingdom. They're like some weird, like they're kind of in between animals and plants. I think they have some characteristics of each.
Like a platypus.
I think they might be the biggest, like the most organic matter on Earth. The majority of it is fungus.
Well, but the editor says Chlorophyll Kid can use his power with pinpoint accuracy, and so he can control only the ones he wants to. There's no like overrun.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that.
I'm skipping ahead. Sorry. I was looking at Rand Lee of Roxbury, Connecticut, has ideas about shrinking Violet's world. It's New Pegasi. New Pegasi?
What is that? Is that supposed to be like a pun or something?
I think so.
New Pegasi. Pegasi? It's a white dwarf star, but that means it's on the way out, right? In 1 billion years, it won't be there anymore.
It was once double, but back in the 20th century, its mate broke up, sending some dwarf matter to Earth near Ivytown, where it was found by Ray Palmer. That's kind of a cool idea. Kind of linking the shrinking.
Linking the shrinking. I don't know how I feel about that. That instinct to make all the shrinking people be from the same planet or the same origin somehow, and all the on and on, you know?
I'm generally against it, but I feel like the Atom's such a small potatoes character.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. And this is removed enough. It isn't like she's wearing his old belt.
Yeah.
Being like a future Atom. It's just saying like the origins of there's a similar origin to the power.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'll take that.
And what were these comic book writers thinking of? Why would a dwarf star make you shrink? Because it's dwarf. Dwarves are short.
Did this Rand Lee make that up, or is that part of the Atom's actual origin?
I think that's part of the Atom. I think that's part of his actual origin. Like he finds part of a dwarf star or something.
You a part of a,
like a piece of it. Isn't it? Wasn't it something like that?
I have no idea, but a star is not even like a physical thing, right?
Tell that to Mon-El, who brought one to Legion headquarters.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Was it him or Superboy? Someone borrowed part of a star Superboy to try to revive Lightning Lad.
Yeah, Superboy did something like that.
It was kind of cool.
And then that Sun Eater, like the first Sun Eater, he was trying to eat a star like an apple.
Okay, it's dwarf matter that landed on Earth that he took, and I think he like incorporated it into his. I think it's in his belt. I never said I was an Atom expert. Legion expert.
Yeah. Oh wait, here's somebody talking about Prody and Prody 2. Vicky Wingate, Orange, Texas. I remember reading how Prody died. Yet in 375, you show Prody the Chameleon Boy. Did he too come back to life as Lightning Lad did? Nope. That was Prody 2. Prody 1, he's occupied otherwise, and so we got a Prody 2.
Right. They were really attached to the name and didn't want to waste it. They just got this damn pet and it died immediately. So they just gave the next one the same name.
Yeah. A lot of people do that, I guess, right? That's the whole joke of The Simpsons, right? With Snowball, their cat. Yeah, that's Prody 2. And Prody 2 eventually gives himself a name, right? I can't remember what it was. Richard Stevenson or something. He's a photographer.
Richard Stevenson is?
Yeah. He's like, I'm not, stop calling it Prody 2. I'm a autonomous, intelligent being, and my name is now Richard Stevenson, and I have a job. Don't bother me. That's when Saturn Girl's trying to talk to him.
When was that?
That was in Legion of Superheroes number 300.
Oh. Didn't we just cover that?
Yeah, like 8 months ago.
I don't remember any of that. None of it.
It's just kind of an aside. The Richard Stevenson part is something I made up.
Oh.
I think he does have a name. I think he's given himself a name, but I don't know what it was. I don't recall.
So does that mean he doesn't answer the call when the super pets need his aid?
I think he's done with Super Pets. I mean, I don't know why he ever teamed up with them. We got to read that issue where the Super Pets do the hazing of Prody 2. It's so messed up. And so it's like, you know how when the Cosmic Boy is like, all right, Legionnaire Lemon, I need you to stop the Sun Eater. I need you to make a new element. I need you to establish peace in the Middle East and all this shit.
It's the cycle of abuse. These teenagers are shitty to each other. They're probably shitty to their pets. Obviously, they are. Like
those pets are
so
they don't awful.
Give a shit. So the pets have learned from their masters to be shitty.
But you know, these pets, the super pets, they're barely related to the Legionnaires.
They're mostly like super.
They're all from
man.
Yeah, they're all from the 20th century. You know, they're not even future guys. Bennett Marks, Levittown, New York. One of his many suggestions is for a diplomatic squad consisting of Saturn Girl, Brainiac 5, Chameleon Boy, Dream Girl, and Princess Projectra.
Why would you put Brainiac 5 on a diplomatic squad? He would fuck it up.
Back in these days, he was still diplomatic and smart. He wasn't such an asshole. Genial, yeah. But, this guy wants a story that's about like a mission of diplomacy where they go and they just talk and have meetings.
This guy, this is like his son reads this comic. And he doesn't like the direction it's taking. He's like, why are they always fighting people? I need to write in some recommendations to the writers.
Yeah, out of touch dad. They should be nicer to one another.
Call them the Swell Squad.
The Swell Squad. Mary Isidoru, Prince Rupert, British Columbia, Canada. Thinks the Legionnaires act too much like boys. Oh, the girl Legionnaires act too much like boys. They always wear their costumes instead of regular dresses. They never change their hairstyles.
Yeah. Maybe if some valid criticisms mixed in here, like all the girls in comics are written by boys, men, or in this case, a boy. But it's just weird. It's always weird reading like a letter from a girl. Because it's like almost non-existent by the time you hit the 80s, maybe even the 70s. There are some, but I feel like in these older ones, there's at least a couple in every letter. Like there's a good mix in the early days.
It's so weird and foreign to think that, like, not only that there was girls reading these, but just like every kid read these. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
well, it's like I was telling you, like, my mom read this comic when she was a kid, and she's not like a comic book person at all.
Yeah.
But when she was a kid, she read comics, and her favorite one was Legion of Superheroes of all things.
It's just so weird. I can't even explain it. How just out of the blue and bizarre it is to imagine a world where, like, you walk up to a little kid and you're like, "Hey, can I borrow a comic book?" And they're like, "Yeah, I have 1,000,000 of them. I read all of them. Me and my friends read them all." And it's like, what? You know, and I'm as a kid, nobody read comic books. Me and my brother, and then no one else I knew. I don't think. Maybe,
you know, kids used to like roll them up and keep them in their back pockets.
I know it.
Run around. Is that weird? You're bending it.
Yeah, like they didn't give a fuck. They're just trying to have fun. Like there was a certain point in history when kids had fun instead of kids having miserable lives with adults telling them what to do and dad talking about mint condition.
Following them around everywhere.
Yeah, helicoptering.
Preparing them for college at 5. A good marketing campaign for comics. They should really push the very valid narrative that the internet and smartphones are bad for kids. They should read print.
Yep, blue light, right?
Just zombifying them. exposing them to Instagram and all that shit.
Limit your
Read the
screen
comic books.
time. Read comics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put that on the top of the spinner rack.
I just saw this tweet thread where somebody was talking about how, you should spend less time on social media because it makes, like, it stresses you out. It makes you on and on. It was like 10 tweets. But the second tweet was like, you owe it to yourself to read these 2 books. And I'm like, read books? Fuck off. I'm not going to read books. Read 2 books to learn how not to look at social media all the time? Come on.
It's a pretty high barrier to entry.
And that was a second tweet in this thread of 10 tweets. Like, I barely read the subsequent ones after they suggested reading a book on the first one. I was going to say that I went to the comic shop and it was flipped. They had a bunch of kind of recent acquisition back issues that they were trying to sell.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all from this one guy's collection. And he had written his name on every comic. And there was tons and tons of them. Like there was like some key ones or expensive ones. I think they're on the wall. But this one box and they were pretty decent condition, but they all said Greg A on the cover in like stupid child cursive writing, But now I got a couple of them. A couple of Greg A's.
I don't know. I think it's kind of charming.
Oh, no, I like it.
It doesn't bother me.
But like, yeah, this is just some dude, and like he bought them all. I mean, I assume he was an old man now and he sold his whole collection to the comic shop, but that's just what
you
you
had to put your
in the
name
60s.
on it back then because you want to make sure that they know that's your Adventure Comics, not the other kid in your class who has Adventure Comics.
Yeah, that's what the comic shop guy said. Like, and I didn't even quite get what he was saying. He's like, I bet this guy had brothers. And I'm like, well, why? Why? I'm kind of slow on the uptake because the brothers would steal the comics, I guess, is what he was trying to say. But I guess I just thought of that because it kind of goes to show that just every kid had some of these or a bunch of these. Greg had a bunch of these comic books back in the 60s. Greg stuck with it. There was newer ones that I could tell were also from the Greg collection. Maybe he didn't write his name on them, but they must.
Around what year did he stop putting his name on?
I don't know about that.
I mean, there's no way to know.
Yeah.
You find the later issues and the handwriting gets better.
Right. Or he uses a typewriter.
What if he never stopped? There's like issues of Omaha the Cat Dancer. Or something.
Right. He went straight to the dirty ones. He did not continue getting superhero comics.
I think that's a wrap.
Yeah. Oh, one other thing I wanted to point out about the Mary Isidoru letter. She says she's talking about they never changed their hairstyles or their dresses, or they don't wear street clothes, I guess. They don't change their hairstyles.
I mean, that makes it feel like this is actually written by a real little girl.
Yeah.
Because the little girls I know talk like that.
In one story, she read a girlish remark.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to know what that was. What constitutes a girlish remark, and which issue was that girlish remark uttered? But yeah, they say maybe Jim Shooter should get some tips from a girl on how to handle the heroines in future stories. I think that's a little bit of a dig from the editors towards 18-year-old hopeless with women Jim Shooter.
Right.
I almost said unfuckable, but I was to say I changed it to be hopeless with the ladies.
Right. Is that a comic? Is there a comic called The Unfuckables? Is there a TV show?
Probably not. Ought to be. I'd watch it. Like it's about a team of dudes like Jim Shooter.
Yeah, right.
Jim Shooter and Don Knotts and
a less good looking, less hygienic Robert Stack type character.
Right. It's
his team.
Imagine a crew with the Robert Stack, Jim Shooter, Don Knotts, Dan Spottswood, and Bob Denver. They're all on a team.
See, I was going to say the guy who played the skipper.
Oh, I went to Gilligan. You think Skipper is less fuckable than Gilligan?
Did we wrap it up?
Yep, that was the Legion Outpost of Adventure Comics 378. Like and subscribe to the Flight Ringers YouTube channel.
Hit the bell.
Leave a comment. Tell us how much you liked the video. It's so weird what people will do to get attention.
Yeah.
Like they'll go on YouTube and make 100 videos about something that the wider world couldn't give two fucks about.
Right.